AITA. Am I the a-hole for laughing at my friend for becoming a single mother? Disclaimer. My mom was a single mother for most of my life, and I in no way am implying there is something wrong with or shameful about being a single mother. I have this friend Olivia. We aren't really close, but we belong to the same large social circle, so we have a lot of mutual friends. We were having a Zoom party when she announced she was pregnant with her boyfriend of 1 year. No one in our friendship group has met this boyfriend, but we all gave her our congratulations and told her we'd love to meet the father when lockdown ends. Olivia got a really coy smile on her face and told us we all knew him already, but she would officially introduce us when the pandemic was over. A few days later, a smaller group of us were chatting and my friend Emma mentioned that another couple, Tom and Sarah, in our group were most likely going to get a divorce soon. This small group consisted of all of my personally close friends, which would normally include Sarah. Emma told us, with Sarah's permission, it turned out Tom was Olivia's baby's dad, and when she made that comment during the Zoom call it confirmed Sarah's suspicion, and she snooped and found evidence. According to Emma, Olivia intentionally got pregnant, poked holes in the condom, and only announced it when she was no longer eligible for an abortion to force Tom to leave Sarah for her. Tom has told Sarah that he has no plans to be a dad to the baby no matter what happens between them. At the next Zoom party, neither Tom nor Sarah were present. Olivia broke down crying. She told everyone her boyfriend got cold feet about being a dad, and broke up with her. That she would now be forced to be a single mother, and that she needed her friends more than ever. Everyone was giving her sympathy, including the friends who knew the truth. She started making plans on how we would all chip in, to help her get things for the baby before it arrived. This is when I started laughing. She demanded to know what I found so funny, and asked me if I was shaming her for being a single mother. We got in an argument which ended with me telling her she deserved to be a single mother, and she made her bed so now she should lay in it. She started crying again and disconnected. Someone else explained the whole Sarah/Tom/Olivia affair to everyone present who had no idea. Our friendship group is split. Half, whilst on Sarah's side, think we should still be sympathetic to Olivia too, because she is going to be a single mom and would need us to be her support system. She has no family here and has a low income, so will need financial help most likely. The other half think Olivia is a homewrecker, and neither her nor Tom deserve any sympathy. Some people are now saying they will no longer attend events if Tom or Olivia are invited. Olivia's best friend called me a bitch for turning the group against her, and said I was slut-shaming her, which I wasn't. Am I the a-hole? NTA. Not the a-hole. Olivia did make her bed. She's a manipulative liar, and while I really hope this isn't the case, she'll probably end up using the kid as a pawn in her games too. Tom is also a lying a-hole for being a cheater, and not stepping up to his responsibilities, but in the context of this post, OP is definitely NTA. NTA. I would have laughed in her face too. What a horrible woman to purposely get pregnant with a baby the dad didn't want and which she couldn't afford. Not to mention lying and having an affair for a year, and then being coy while the wife was on a Zoom meeting. She's deserves to laugh at and shunned. I feel bad for her birthday, though. And Tom should pay child support. She started making plans on how we would all chip in, to help her get things for the baby before it arrived. Half, whilst on Sarah's side, think we should still be sympathetic to Olivia too because she is going to be a single mom, and would need us to be her support system. She has no family here and has a low income, so will need financial help most likely. For me, it's not even so much the whole homewrecker/poking holes in the condoms thing, which is already horrendous, but more so the fact that this woman decided to get pregnant whilst on a low income, and not in a secure relationship, and now expects you all to chip in because you happen to be friends with her. I cannot stand that kind of entitlement, and complete lack of responsibility. It's so dumb, and she's completely delusional, calling another woman's husband her boyfriend, and thinking that sabotaging birth control will make him stay with her. You and your friends are not responsible for her stupid decisions, and you should not spend one penny on her and her kid. NTA for laughing, I would have done the same out of sheer incredulity. NTA. Frock Olivia. She purposely caused herself to get pregnant because she wanted a guy. She lied to him. I hate women who get pregnant to get a guy. It never works out. Like you said, she made her bed and needs to sleep in it. It's none of her friends' responsibility to take care of her or help her. She made a decision and she needs to deal with the consequences. NTA. She pulled a lot of manipulative stunts to get what she wanted, then when things fell apart, wanted everyone else to come to her rescue and help her through this. Maybe, don't use pregnancy to force someone to get a divorce. I'm no relationship expert, but cornering a significant other is not a great way to start a new relationship. NTA. She intentionally wrecked a home. Tom is a cheater. Sarah is the wrong party. Why should she get sympathy for baby trapping a married man, and then lying about the circumstances of the father not being involved? She's an a-hole. So is Tom. Info. Is there any actual proof that she sabotaged the birth control? Where did this information come from? Sarah forced Tom to call her when she confronted him and Olivia admitted it to him/them. NTA. I hate the term slut shaming. It is one thing to hate on someone for how they look, dress or even how many people they hook up with, but to say that someone can't be held responsible for meddling in someone else's relationship because girl power, is just a bad faith argument. This girl played a game and lost, that's not sexual freedom. NTA. I had friends like this. She brought it on herself. NTA. What do people expect when they bang married men, God? No sympathy for people who intentionally put themselves in these types of situations. NTA. Also, slut shaming isn't the same as shaming cheaters. Like, no, I'm not shaming her for having sex. I'm shaming her for having sex with a married man, and then assaulting him and trying to trap him. NTA. To use the Reddit trope, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Olivia did just that. She's a liar, a manipulator, and a home wrecker. Tom is by no means innocent here, but did Olivia really think that Tom would run to her after that kind of huge deception? Olivia now has to deal with the consequences of her decisions. NTA. I have no sympathy for people who poke holes in condoms. Your friend now has to deal with the consequences of her actions. Oh well. NTA. This reminds me of the Chronic 2000 education. She played the worst game of stupid chicken ever, and Noah surprised Pikachu face when it didn't work out. I don't understand how or why anyone would support her decision. You didn't turn the group on her, you filled in the blanks and people came to their own conclusion. NTA. Frock her honestly. If there is really evidence that she poked holes in the condom, I really think that should be illegal, like legit that's such a bad thing. If a guy did that, everyone would be living their frocking minds, not to even mention possible STIs. NTA. By tricking Tom into having sex, while she was trying to get pregnant, Olivia bleeped him. Ask the friends who feel sympathy for her if it's okay for a man to purposefully get a woman pregnant without her consent. She also knew he was married and was friends with his wife. What a monster. NTA. What she did to Tom is technically rape, and it's unfortunate that he'll probably be on the hook for child support. But did Olivia announce her pregnancy and the hint of who the father was on a call that Sarah was in? Is Olivia friends with Sarah? I really can't understand how people are supporting Olivia. Yes, Sarah and Tom were both present during the call. Olivia and Sarah were really close, not quite best friends but almost at that level.